Bungie hat heute das ViDoc zu Lightfall released. Wenn ihr Lust habt, können wir uns das zusammen anschauen. Dann lass mal gehen. So, los geht's.
The stakes are higher than they've ever been. Have we been built to defend the Traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The Witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react if we were facing extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome this?
You know what must be done.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
What the hell happens when evil finally arrives and confronts the Traveler?
An der Stelle möchte ich mal an ein Interview erinnern, das Luke Smith vor einigen Jahren gegeben hat. Da hat der Interviewer gefragt, ob der Reisende denn gut oder böse ist. Und im Augenblick gehen wir davon aus, dass der Zeuge böse ist, weil er Böses tut. Aber vielleicht werden wir auch da noch überrascht. Schauen wir mal. Beginnt unser Ende. Ausrufezeichen, Fragezeichen.
The Witness is here. Callus's forces are here as well. The Pyramid Fleet is here. Big shit is going down.
Lightfall should feel like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
One of the values that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear.
Sind wir das jetzt nicht schon seit längerem immer?
Initiating the action. You were the one who is taking control. You were the one who is attacking things. What this tone gave us the chance to do was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the connections that we have to each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
If the end of the universe is coming, what do we have left other than each other?
Das ist eine Sache, die ist mir in der Endszene von der Season 19 jetzt aufgefallen. Da wurde unheimlich auf diesen Zusammenhalt von allen gepocht. Mit den Erwachten, mit den Gefallenen, mit den Kabalen. Das scheint Bungie im Augenblick sehr wichtig zu sein, das herauszustellen.
Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
There's a pretty big, serious threat that is happening to the solar system, so we really wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're both setting up the finale for the Light and Darkness saga. We're pulling the Witness into the frame for the first time.
Wenn jedoch die Raumschiffe in Hyperraum teleportieren können oder was auch immer das gerade war, dass sie sich immens schnell wegbewegen, warum hat das so lange gedauert, bis sie jetzt an der Erde angekommen sind? Das ist ein bisschen inkonsistent.
The big question has been, what does it want with the Traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And in Lightfall, it does find it.
I feel like the Witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the past. You know, a lot of our Destiny antagonists are like kind of over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the Witness, who's just so reserved.
Der braucht ja auch kein Raumschiff, der gleitet einfach so durch den Weltraum, ohne dass ihm was passiert. Ich muss gerade irgendwie an Prinzessin Leia denken, in dem letzten Star Wars Teil, wo die gestorben ist im Weltraum und dann wieder zurück ins Raumschiff gegleitet ist.
All about control with the Witness.
The Witness is here to finish what the collapse started. Now, there's Callus, always been power hungry, in it for himself. He's now signed on as one of the Witness's disciples. We're seeing Callus go through a transformation and emerge as something new.
My semblance matches my inner beauty.
Die innere Schönheit, der ist hässlich wie eine Kartoffel, immer noch.
The Witness has arrived. We got Callus. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this? And then you find this thread.
We knew we wanted to do another darkness power in Destiny. Are we gonna do what everyone thinks we're gonna do? Are we gonna make like poison? No.
Da habe ich ewig viele Diskussionen gelesen, dass ja mit der Dorn und den Nekromantik-Handschuhen und so weiter, dass das ja wohl die nächste Fähigkeit wird. Da haben sich aber alle Propheten ganz schön in den Finger geschnitten, würde ich sagen.
No, we're going to do something that you'd only find in Destiny. We're going to go talk about this thing called Strand, and it's the web of life.
What does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power?
Möge die Macht mit dir sein.
You can't just point to fire, electricity, or ice. Coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands lighting up the world. I think that was when everything kind of started to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler, we didn't get it from the pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians. When you pull on that thread and you start manipulating that web, ooh, you can do some really powerful things.
We have some exciting player class fantasies coming up with Strand that we're introducing. So we have the Hunter Threadrunner, which is going to introduce this threaded spike.
The Hunter Super Silk Strike, it's this kind of rope dart. You're constantly moving, constantly attacking.
It feels fluid. It has an amazing style to it. It's just something we've never seen in Destiny before.
Waren das jetzt zwei verschiedene Super-Varianten? Einmal, dass er da den Rundumschlag gemacht hat und einmal, dass er die gezielt angegriffen hat? Oder sind das halt unterschiedliche Ausführungen, wie beim Titan, der ja auch einen Knieangriff machen kann als Arcus-Titan und dann auch noch seinen Slam machen kann? Das ist für mich jetzt erstmal nicht klar.
And then there's the Titan Berserker, and the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super is Blade Fury, where you weave these giant blades onto your hands. You have a melee attack that you can kind of combo indefinitely, and then you have your heavy attack, which sends out these suspending waves.
And then there's the Warlock Broodweaver, the mastermind of the minions that we call the Threadlings.
The Warlock Broodweaver Super is Needle Storm. You create 3 sources of power, and then those then get launched out, and then those fly through the air. When they hit an enemy, they'll explode. When they hit the ground, they will then charge up and then turn into Threadlings.
Ich mag den Herrn Samuel, der hat so eine wunderbare Art zu erzählen.
All the classes will have access to a grappling hook. When you select that, that takes up your grenade slot. It was a hard challenge because, like, how can you make this idea of swinging through the world equivalent to a grenade? And so designers came up with this idea of a grapple melee.
The grapple melee is incredibly powerful. I grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them for a second. And then when I get there, I grapple punch, blow them all up, and start shooting, and then the unravel projectile.
An der Stelle finde ich den Übergang von dem Nahkampfangriff gegen die beiden, die vorne stehen, mit dem Maschinenpistolenangriff, auf den der dahinter steht, extrem schön schnell. Was mich im Augenblick immer so ein bisschen ärgert, ist, wenn ich einen Pfeil schieße als Jäger und die Animation ewig brauche, oder wenn ich dann aus irgendwas einen Rift setze oder auch nur eine Granate werfe, dass die Animation dann teilweise so lange ist, dass ich in der Zeit ordentlich Schaden kriege. Und das sah gerade echt flink aus. Das hat mir gut gefallen.
Dials are flying all over the place.
All that stuff coming together was magic for me. Oh my God, that's Destiny?
Neomuna has existed for hundreds of years. It branched off from Earth during our collapse and shut off any communication. So they've been secretly existing on Neptune for a very long time and keeping themselves safe.
It was amazing to see how the concept artist made all of this beautiful art feel really fresh and new, but also a part of the Destiny universe.
When you think about how to design Neomuna, like what's the architecture like? We're thinking of a lot of aerodynamic things, fins and sailboats.
Sieht für mich so ein bisschen aus wie eine Mischung aus Cyberpunk und Ratchet & Clank.
The high winds, strong pressure. We have that beach area where we show the sand is made out of diamonds. The whole
Und der alte Mars, wenn ich so den Sand sehe.
The color, the graphic design, the vibrancy, and yeah, there's some mysteries in there.
The cool thing about Neomuna is that it's like this big neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
I think my favorite absolutely is the Thrillodrome. It is an arcade lost sector, and I think we can relate to spending our days in a sticky arcade playing games.
Jo, ab in die Spielhalle und kein Kleingeld dabei.
Excited for people to see the Puka Pond with all of the pukas that have been like such a mystery since Beyond Light.
Was mir gerade durch den Kopf geht, den ersten Puka, den wir gesehen haben, war bei Elsie. Das heißt, kannte Elsie schon Neomura? Oder hat die den irgendwo unterwegs gefunden? Nicht, dass sie uns auch noch was verheimlicht und schon lange auf Neomura war.
And then on the other side of the city is Callus's ship. The Typhon Imperator has landed square in Ahimsa Park.
You see that the city is indeed kind of in shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
This is a city that needs the Guardians' help and needs their protection, and Callus is going to do his level best to destroy it, and we're not going to let them, and neither are the Cloud Striders.
There's a lot new about Lightfall. We have this new location, and it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city, and they have new perspectives that we really haven't seen in characters in Destiny, and that's taking the form of the Cloud Striders, Nimbus and Rohan.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer.
Das heißt, es gibt nur 2 davon?
Rohan is the grizzled old veteran who's too old for this shit. And Nimbus is the young rookie. Nimbus is learning on the job.
Nimbus was definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous and fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders, bottom line, are cool.
Nimbus, on your stakes!
Warum hat man das nur ausgeblendet?
We want the Tormentors to be the most scary unit that you've ever fought in the Destiny universe.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
It's incredibly intimidating. This thing wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
The Tormentor can like grab you, and that's something we'd never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe, has the player in his hands.
And in those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out all the background sound. So you really have this...
Das ist auch eine Sache, die man, glaube ich, extrem unterschätzt, was Audiodesign bei so einem Spiel ausmacht. Ich kann mir das vorstellen, wenn er dich am Wickel hat und zu sich ranzieht und dann diese dunkle Ernte macht, dass man dann halt geschwächt wird oder was auch immer da passiert, das wissen wir ja noch nicht so genau, dass dann auf einmal alles ringsrum still wird. Ich glaube, das ist auch schon ein ordentlicher Einfluss auf die Stimmung.
Intimate moment with this terrifying creature grabbing you.
Lightfall and Season of Defiance are two sides of the Destiny coin. And so on the Lightfall side, we have crazy neon cities going on an adventure far away, sort of bombastic action fantasy. On the Season of Defiance side of the coin, it's a story that's much more closer to home.
Season of Defiance is about the ground war on Earth. Callus's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth. We're freeing prisoners.
Go now.
We're trying to protect the last city, but much more directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
You're working with Petra, you're working with Devram, you're working with all these people that you know that are close to home and that are battling for the real thing you're trying to save.
Wenn ich diese NPCs da laufen sehe, ne? Es tut mir leid. Die Hüter sind ja alle super animiert, ne? Also alles prima. Aber jetzt sind hier schon einige Cutscenes drin, wo ich dann NPCs laufen sehe. Und die bewegen sich, als wenn die irgendwie einen Stock im Kreuz hätten oder sowas. Ich weiß es nicht. Sieht für mich immer sehr, sehr merkwürdig aus.
We have a lot of weapons and armor for players to earn, and I'm super excited to see what you've been working on.
We have a couple of strand exotics. The warlocks are getting what's called swarmers. They're these boots that will, on tangled destruction, create new threadlings at that location. Now they can either shoot it, or they can pick up a tangle and throw a tangle, and then that will also create threadlings. The hunters are getting this helmet that will help them grapple through the air. As you grapple, you gain this new ability called Woven Mail, and it's reducing the incoming damage except for headshots.
Das ist für ein PvP extrem wichtig, dass sie nicht überall Rüstung haben und man die gar nicht mehr gekillt kriegt. Dass sie da den Kopf freigelassen haben, dass man wenigstens noch eine Chance hat, da nicht dahin zu schießen, wo Rüstung ist da, glaube ich, schon echt hilfreich.
The Titans get boots that will augment a aspect that they have. The aspect itself will just send out a wave.
Die Augen in den Stiefeln sehen wieder gut aus.
After casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves. Whenever they spin an enemy with these boots on, they also gain Woven Mail. So pushing the front line further and further by being tanky.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest. We have this incredibly cool heavy metal machine gun that fires according to its own rhythm, where it gets alternate effects every 4th bullet, and then every 16th bullet it gets even more added to it.
Wäre schön, wenn er sagen würde, was dabei hinzugefügt wird bei der 4. und 16. Kugel.
You're not worrying about aiming, you're really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time. And it opens you up to consider your movement more than your aiming. Being able to lock on to multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think, a moment where I kind of went, whoa.
Ob das so von den Leuten angenommen wird, mit der Waffe zielen, bis sie auflädt, während des Aufladens die Gegner anvisieren und dann irgendwann den Punkt erreicht haben, wo die dann alle abgeschossen werden. Das mag vielleicht noch im PvE funktionieren, aber ansonsten ist man, glaube ich, vorher schon weg.
We're introducing a ton of new features that are designed to make sure that the player experiences are as good as they can be.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0, which is the system of both, hey, let's make it more understandable to how you make a build. And then let's allow you to save that build and quickly swap between them.
When we started the process of figuring out how we are going to improve build crafting, one of the things that we knew we needed to do was make it easier to go from I have never done any build crafting to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said we need to improve this experience, they came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you see your whole build on one screen?
It's all in one place. You can see it, you can read it, you can learn. And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's going to come in and basically be our first ever companion to every single player.
Guardian ranks is our answer to.
Und jetzt gerade schauen wir von dem Bildcrafting-Bildschirm weg. Also erstmal finde ich es total gut, dass Loadouts jetzt direkt in Destiny drin sind. Dass man da nicht mehr eine externe Software für braucht, um das zu tun, die dann wieder Probleme hat mit Bungie reagiert nicht so schnell und. Dass man dafür jetzt 9 Jahre gebraucht hat, um Loadouts da zu implementieren, ja, das hätte man auch eher haben können. Fände ich nicht schlecht. Aber erstmal ist gut, dass sie das da drin haben und dass man dann nicht mehr externe Tools braucht.
What should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better? You have this track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to start diving into that system along with accommodations, a way to finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive relationship between our players.
Da machen sich auch einige Leute Sorgen drum, was das denn jetzt heißt. Das heißt, wenn ich nicht so spiele, wie andere das wollen, dann kriege ich schlechte Bewertungen? Oder kann man nur positiv bewerten? Ich glaube, auch da müssen wir alle noch lernen, wie das jetzt genau bedeutet mit diesem Ranking-System. Was man tun kann, was man tun sollte und was man vielleicht auch nicht tun sollte. Ist natürlich blöd, wenn Leute dann da nur rumtrollen und Leute schlecht bewerten, weil sie da Spaß dran haben. Wird sich zeigen, wie sich das entwickelt. Vielleicht muss Bungie da noch nachregeln. Oder vielleicht haben sie von vornherein an alles gedacht. Wir werden es sehen.
When we think about the future of Destiny, we think there's so much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
We are walking to our 10-year anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny being such a core part of our players' lives. We just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been talking about this antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in a way that we haven't yet. We're paying off storylines that have been coming together and been building for years. More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where we're closing down the Light and Darkness saga. But Destiny is far from over.
This universe is about more than the conflict between the Traveler and the Pyramids, and we want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer, and Lightfall is the catalyst for that. It's high stakes, thrilling action, all at the same time, pushing the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
Und dieses Bild. Gucken, ob ich den Punkt jetzt finde. Da. 6 Leute vor der Stadt. Das sieht doch nach einem Raid-Einstieg aus, oder nicht? Also würde mich wundern, wenn der Raid woanders stattfinden würde als da. Und auch, wenn er nicht so anfangen würde. So, das war das ViDoc. Ich finde es spannend. Ich finde es spannend, wie Strang angenommen wird. Ich finde es spannend, wie die neuen Bildschirme zur Ausrüstung funktionieren werden, wie man seine Builds dann craften kann, wie man die Loadouts festlegen kann. Das ist alles Sachen, da freue ich mich extrem drauf. Das Hüter-Ranking, da werden wir mal gucken müssen, wie das alles so wird. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, dass das wirklich von Anfang an alles so klappt, wie man sich das vorstellt. Wie gesagt, meine Befürchtung ist, dass dann Leute durch die Gegend trollen, wenn sie schlechte Laune haben. Dann nur noch schlechte Bewertungen raushauen. In welcher Form das dann auch immer möglich ist oder nicht möglich ist. Das wissen wir auch noch nicht so genau. Wenigstens ich weiß es noch nicht so genau. Nichtsdestotrotz, so langsam kann es kommen. Ich habe so ein bisschen, es wird kribbelig unter der Haut. Von daher, ich freue mich drauf. Bis dann.